Morning. It's week 7 in the garden here. Just some updates real quick. Pumpkin patch is pretty much done. Something stole the last pumpkin plant that we had in there, so that's kind of crazy. Rose bush is looking pretty good. I want to see if I can build another trellis sometime soon. I want something that'll actually let it branch up. But new additions to the garden this week. We decided we'd add some mulch around our sunflowers and corn here to make it look a little bit better. So I think it kind of spruce things up, at least get some separation between green on green. But I think it looks 100% better. I can't believe some of the growth on some of these sunflowers is looking pretty good. That's crazy. Planting something from a seed and watching it get about almost 2 foot high. The zucchini is going nuts in here. I think we're gonna have to trim some of these up and let it air out. We actually got some little female plants forming down there, so should hopefully we'll see some zucchinis. Trying them in this barrel here this year. Last year we had them in the main garden and it didn't seem to not do as well. We didn't hardly get any zucchini last year, maybe 1 or 2 before the bugs came and tore them up. But yeah, this corner here, the dogs have been in it so much that it pretty much killed whatever was down in there. But the growth over on this side is looking pretty promising. But yeah, like I said, I think that mulch kind of was well worth. They had a sale at Lowe's, I think 5 for $10, so we just picked up 5 bags and kind of laid it down. But hopefully that'll knock down the weeds and just make things look a little bit nicer. The tater tower, we added some more dirt here. As you can see, we're almost at the top of the limit here, so maybe 6 more inches of dirt to add to it, and we'll let these things kind of do their business, and we'll see what we get out of potatoes this year. Sweet potatoes, still hanging in there. Hers normally sprout up pretty good, so I don't know what her intentions are. I think last year they vined up and over, and she had a ton of sweet potatoes out of this container here. Not too much change on the tomato plants, except I think some of them have grown quite a bit. I'm going to look at getting some different cages because they've outgrown the cages that we have in there. We still got a butt ton of tomatoes on these plants here, just waiting for them to ripen up. And I believe these kind of get to an orange color, so looking forward to taste testing those. Peppers, starting to form some pepper bulbs there. Looking forward to some sweet peppers, and the Purple Beauty one I wish would do better, but we'll see. We'll give her some time. I think it needs hotter weather, warmer weather to get her pepper plants to perk up. Her basil plants are hanging in there. Yeah, we got a pretty nice jalapeno plant coming in on this one here, so might have to pick that bad boy and put it into something. Hot bananas, we've got some, looks like some bells forming. We're gonna have to do something. We've got some ants in the garden here, I noticed. This one here, the poblano, just ain't doing what it needs to do. I guess there is some pepper plants up on top, but we've got, I'll have to do some research on that. See what's growing underneath there. It's almost like what we had problems with. Oh, this looks like ants and stuff. I may have to do some research on what we need to do for ants. Heading over to the middle one here, it's an onion garden, onion and garlic. So the lettuce, strange lettuce that popped up this year is doing pretty good in this garden here. Cucumbers are sprouting up pretty good. I'm going to try to start vining them out onto the trellis here, probably early next week. I mean, the garlic and onions have just been going crazy. Beans, they've been doing pretty good on that side. I've got a couple forming over here. I don't know if they're beans or if there's something strange in the soil that's popping up over here, but we'll take a look at that. But can't remember what she planted over here. That's oregano, and I have no idea what that one is. But the walking onions sprouted, so like they said, what I've read is once they start doing that, you'll have onions in here forever. Here we got the sweet peas. Those things have been trellising up pretty nice here. I've been every other day kind of walking out here and just kind of flipping them through and letting them kind of gradually take their course climbing up this trellis. Last year we had it going all the way across on both sides from plants that we had. Cucumbers were crazy, and we had watermelon too. That was nuts. Here, butternut squash are doing pretty good. Looks like we've got, I don't see any female plants forming yet, but we had a ton of squash too. We did the same thing, and we let them kind of vine up and around, and we had squash going all the way up the trellis. Like I said, these tomato plants have just been going nuts. I mean, they've been outgrowing the cages that we have in here. I'm gonna have to cut these out and figure out, they got some towers I seen at Lowe's the other day. May try to make some. I've got some old trellis material, the metal fencing stuff. I'll see if I can make some out of that and use it just to save some money this year. But man, these tomato plants are just going nuts. Not a whole lot of bulbs forming on any of these, but we've got plants flowering, so pretty perspective. The dill's doing pretty good. Eggplant is on this side's kind of weak, but I mean, and the dill has been doing crazy. These are all been planted from seed, so that's surprising. It looks like she's even got some basil coming in here. And the eggplant on this side is just going nuts. I'm gonna have to trim that sucker down because he's going into the tomatoes. We have the dill over here, that too was seed planted, so it's crazy how this stuff forms. Going on to the towers, not too much change. I mean, this one here, kohlrabi, it's got a pretty good size bulb going on it, so looking forward to that. Looks like there's a tick or something on there. I guess we gotta watch for bugs this year. Last year we had it pretty late in the season. Yeah, we got a couple nice bulbs forming here. Cabbage is looking pretty good. Hopefully start to see some of that stuff form. This is my first year doing cabbage, so getting kind of excited. Lettuce is, I guess it's doing all right in these planters, but I think they do better in the garden, as you can see the difference from these here and the ones that we have in the main garden. Spinach is doing all right. Not no great huge. I mean, the dill here is looking all right, but doesn't compare to what we've got in the main garden. And the root still no change. I might as well just skip doing that one. Yeah, the kohlrabi over here starting to form a bulb. Radishes, I think we've had so much rain here. I think that's why the leaves are starting to yellow. So hopefully, I don't know if we can pick the dead or the yellowing leaves off and let them kind of recoup. Broccoli's looking pretty good. I mean, not a whole lot of growth, but I mean, I think these planters maybe not the best thing suited for them. Cauliflower's looking pretty good too, I guess. I mean, for where it's planted. I may do something different next year. I want some different planters or vertical planters. Thyme's coming in pretty good. Cilantro's kind of hanging in there, and I think that too, that I think they need some more soil than what these planters provide. Rosemary kind of sprouted up this year. We got a lot of sprouts, so that rain kind of helped. So, and then the dill plant here, it's hanging in there, but not very productive. Then we did notice had some asparagus sprouts coming up. I covered them with some more dirt because it seemed like this pot didn't have enough dirt in it, so we'll see if those will sprout up for next week. But all in all, things in the garden are looking pretty good. But anyways, I just want to say thank you for watching.